Mic check. Mic check. Hold on. You back, baby? Okay. All right. Let's try this once again. I have been having difficulties all week. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's get right into it. Sorry for the wait, ladies and gentlemen, but can't share all of this wisdom and talent just for this. Gotta spread my seed. Pause. No diddy. Welcome back to Dissect the Dialogue, man. I know y'all miss me, man. I know y'all miss me. I know you've been like, I haven't got a notification. What's this? I've been busy, okay? I've been doing a lot, seeing a lot, reading a lot, watching a lot of stuff. I've been active. Let me get my stretch in. I had some switches with employment, things like that. Let me get real comfortable, y'all, so y'all can know that I'm not being too stiff. Turn this down a bit. There we go. Cool. So, like I was saying, yes, I've been active, been very busy, been on the hunt, just trying to get my name out there any way I can, things like that. I'm not ignoring y'all. Don't think that I am. How can I ignore y'all? I mean, just like I help y'all, y'all help me. I can't just blow y'all out in the wind. That's not what we're here for, right? But I finally finished Quiet on Set, the documentary. I finally finished it. Really tore me up. I ain't gonna lie. It was a tough watch. Really showed how some people or some person that allows certain people to have power and to manipulate and take advantage of innocent kids, and the fact that it's still like a somewhat of a problem is even more of a head scratcher. And shout out to Drake's dad. Man, if y'all haven't watched that, man, that guy is like a stand-up dude. Man, Monday through Friday, after he would get out of school when he was a kid, 7 hours just going back and forth to auditions, rehearsing, just so he could help his kid, just so he could help Drake out. Meanwhile, their mom is out there gallivanting, doing whatever, allow another man to, violate him. I'll just say that, just for YouTube purposes. But that's not the main nitty-gritty. In most shocking news, Diddy, Puffy, Love, whatever his goddamn name is these days, they done got you, man. They done got him. They done got his ass. Raided the mansion, stormed the castle, whatever you want to call it. They ransacked him from the back. No Diddy. I'm gonna say this all this episode, so y'all just deal with it. But yeah, it was aggressive. But then, come to find out, he dipped to MIA for like a holiday. Did an escape route, rather recording on IG and all that. I don't know. I can't believe nothing that goes on with these people. I don't know what's real or fake. Not like everything I see is just like wrestling at this point. You know, stage, not necessarily fake, but it sure is stage. It's a scenario. It's like literally like I just that's crazy because I just finished. I watched like the Truman Show again a few days ago, and just the fact that how ahead of its time the movie was to where we're at now, to where it's like in the movie it was just everybody watching one person's life from birth to, I think he was like, well, the character, I think he was like 29, 30. That's like our everyday lives. It's like you can't do nothing and feel safe no more. Everybody's watching you. Everybody's watching you every room, trying to make sure where you go, what you eat, where you shit at, where you sleep at. It's like not even safe no more. And whether it be a good or a bad thing, sometimes sometimes some people's dirt catches up to them to where you can't even be secretive no more. Back in the old days, you could be secretive by, cheating on your wife or doing X, Y, Z, backdooring somebody, no diddy. But nowadays, it's like you can't even like do none of that because you afraid someone's gonna pop up with a camera, just record your ass. You afraid that's gonna happen. But in all, I do believe that people that do wrong and harm others, I do believe that they need to get their just desserts, as they say, get their payback from the harm they've done. Nobody should just walk around scathe free just harming people. And I think that's become a norm sometimes. Like it's become like the cool thing to just, I don't know, backstab people. It was always a problem, but I think it's just like worse now. Like people just like just being cutthroat. Like for no, not even like for any motive or anything. They're not even being cutthroat just to, you know, figure out a strategic plan to get at somebody or gain something. They just do it just to do it. There's like no morals, but it's funny because I see those people do that, and it always comes back to Bible. And it made me think of karma, right? And it made me break down what exactly it is. So I want to break this down now. Karma, it says, according to Hinduism and Buddhism, what they practice, it's the sum of a person's actions in this and previous states of existence, past lives, if you believe in that. View it as deciding their fate in future existences. And then this informal definition is destiny or fate following as effect from cause. Simple as this. If you bully someone like a school bully, if you bully someone for too long and get away with, all these bad deeds, just stealing their money, giving them wedgies, being violent with them, eventually you're gonna mess around with the wrong victim, and then you're gonna get whatever you've done to other people probably tenfold. But even though they're probably gonna give the person that defended himself more time. But anyway, it's just the fact that whatever you do, good or bad, even if it could take a long time or a short amount of time, I do believe that to some degree, it doesn't have to pertain to everything, but I do believe to some degree that people do get their payback if they, well, payback for something good, they get, rewarded, or, you know, they get something good in return. Then you get the bad side where, but there's a flip side. Maybe you might not get the bad stuff in return, but somebody else that may be close to you might get it, right? Someone else might get your curse in a sense. I'll say that. But what if there's just, we're just in a world where people just do stuff just to do stuff and don't even get no reward, whether good or bad? Because what about all the good people that in history that played by the book, that did the right thing and still got killed? The MLKs, the Malcolm X's, the Gandhis, he's racist. The Harvey Milks, if you believe Jesus, those people like that, people that want to see their people, whoever they call their people, do better, but they got the short end of the stick, and the worst, the worst ending of all, death from the same people that supposedly they was rooting for. So they say, even though I can go deeper into that, but I'll just keep it surface level like that. But the name of this topic is karma real? Now, most people Uh, they say, oh, it's just a coincidence if something happens and then you get this in return and something bad. But then flip side, what do you do this wrong deed, but then nothing happens? Like I mentioned before, some men go years and years and years constantly being unfaithful to their wives. And nothing really happens to them per se. But what if their daughter, good example, say if their daughter ends up being like the women the father cheats on with or who he deals with. If he deals with like, prostitute type women or fast girls or whatever, what if his daughter becomes that? That could be, it may not come back to them, but it comes back to somebody else. I think that happens a lot. That happens occasionally. But I'm the type of person where it's like, I don't, destroy nobody's beliefs. I know everybody has a belief in something. I know it's for a reason. I don't think it's just based on just a leap of faith or anything like that. I think people really take time to study what they believe in and put it into practice and then put it into action. Now, let's break down on karma and like what it actually is. What would we consider karma as a whole? Is karma a theory or is it a philosophy? Now, a theory, by definition, is an idea or set of ideas that is intended to explain facts or events. That's what a theory is. So it's based on true events. Whereas philosophy is just, in the simplest ways, the truth of the study of basic ideas about knowledge, truth, right or wrong, and the nature or meaning of life. So one is based on basic ideas about what could be true, whereas theory is more focused on what can be true. Yeah, I'll say it like that. Theory is based on what can be true, and philosophy is based on what they think it is true. I hope I said that right. Because yeah, theory, because this is based on more so abstract thinking. They do research, they do, scientific experiments, they conduct, research, all that. Whereas philosophy, it's more like taking it from face value in a sense. A theory, you don't really have to put yourself through something to understand it. You more so have to throw shit together and just expect it to happen. Whereas philosophy, I think philosophy, you have to like really go through something in order to be classified as philosophy. Whereas a theory, you just have to go experiment, throw some shit together, and then come up with it. Like a thousand, like you can have like a thousand different theories, but you can have like a. That's why I think there's like a few philosophies, but there's like a ton of theories. There's like theories to everything, but there's very few philosophies. Just think about scientists. There's a lot of scientists. There's a lot of people that could just figure stuff out and just conduct it and just figure out stuff till nothing works and all that. Whereas philosophy, these are people that just actually experience things for themselves in order for it to be a thing. So the reason why I said this is because I think people see karma as a theory where they just connect dots and like try to throw it together, not sure what to make of it. They just throw things together, study it, see what works, see what doesn't, see what connects, see what doesn't connect. Whereas a philosophy, you actually got to be in the thick of it to actually understand it more so. And I think people see karma as more of, I would say they see karma more as a theory because they're basing off experimenting with what they've seen or what they hear about. Whereas certain few people, they may not that experience it. I don't know if they want to call it karma, but I know they do know that they've experienced something to where, oh, I know I messed up doing this, so if it's not going to come to me, it might come to somebody else. But most of the time, they're going to think it comes to them. It's probably going to come to them. A lot of people are, most human beings are kind of, would selfish be the word? Yeah, I think so. Because they don't want to think that, you know, something's going to come back to them. You know, most people want to be the G's of their own story. It happens. I'm sure we all have our moments where we felt vain and didn't feel like we did anything wrong or cause anybody harm. But we thought that what we were doing was for our benefit, their benefit, whatever it is. But in all honesty, it really wasn't the case. I think at times people just tend to do things out of selfish intent. It's almost like people kind of romanticize doing bad deeds and trying to find the reason on why they did it. But it's really not a good reason, other than just out of, you know, hedonistic, a hedonistic pursuit, as they say. I think that's what it is, and I think that's what he would like that he's going through right now. I think he was trying to chase that high of attracting, attracting as much power as he can get, and I don't think he knew his limit. I think that's where his dilemma is. I don't think he understood his limit on what was too much because he enjoyed the rewards that came with it. You know, he was caught up in his own hubris, and I mean, the way things are looking for him is like almost like a domino effect. You know, it's like I don't even think he probably expected to get this chaotic, or maybe he did. You know, we never know what we do sometimes when we're, you know, just in the moment. We never know what we're capable of, in a sense. We kind of, I think that's where the selfish thing comes in. But let's get into more on karma. Now, the phrase "what's done in the dark coming to the light" does it still hold weight? Like I mentioned before, it's kind of hard to not do things in secret because everybody's under on a camera phone recording everything. Everything's under surveillance, so it's hard for you to do anything. It's hard for you to, you know, even just walk out of your house, you know, check the mail without thinking somebody's watching you. Because everything, and no, there's no such thing as secrecy no more. You know, we truly in a. I mean, the whole thing with the information age and technology is that there's you can use it for good and you could use it for bad. And I think nowadays a lot of people are using it for bad reasons. And I think because they love the so-say reward they get from it, they think they could just, you know, get away with being very conniving, very shisty. Uh, like the whole world's just like everybody is. I'm surprised people in the generation didn't like decide to be working like law or work for bureaus or something dealing with the government because everybody wants to be in everybody's business. Everybody wants to sniff out information now. Like it really is the information age that people will try to sniff out any and everything they can get just to get paid. I mean, it's almost like the wild wild west now. People will like instead of actual weapons, people use play on people's emotions and weaknesses. You know, to gain get leverage and like using it as leverage as a sense. Stumbling on words, but using it as leverage. But yeah, it's really scary when you think about it, man. I mean, you see guys like a Diddy, you see guys like a Dan Snyder, like a Harvey Weinstein, guys that they got caught up with the doings, but there's few that haven't had their day in court, as they say. Example: Roman Polanski, world renowned director, had a couple of charges messing with some 13-year olds. They let him flee the country, right? But they let Diddy go to just Miami. It's like, no, you ain't going too far. I mean, Elvis was like, what, 26, 27, messing with young Priscilla? But they're making a movie about that? It's like, come on, like, what are we doing? Like, what does it really mean? Like, if you're going to hold people accountable, like, and of course, not making it just a race thing. I know it's how the way it sounds, but I balanced it out. I mean, Woody Allen too. He groomed this stepdaughter, and he was kind of abusive, which is funny to see some small guy like that. He was a guy using up from New York doing all that, but yeah, I mean, and this is just my take on that. Let me just my final draw on just this whole thing. What I think. I believe that whatever you do, make sure you know what you get in return. It don't even have to be about if you believe in karma or not. Just think about how will you go to sleep at night knowing what you did? Or will you just be constantly flooded with night terrors? Like what are you gonna do? What can you say? What can you muster up to where it's like, oh dang, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I harmed this person to making them, you know, submit under my will and all this stuff. But you too late. You done you done already made your bed, as they say. You done made your bed. It's always funny that people always feel guilty when they get caught. That's what I learned about, human nature. People always like to feel guilty when they get caught. They never feel guilty in the moment, what they're doing, how they're acting. It's always after the fact. And I think those are the people that need, you know, to be, you know, nailed on the stake at the stake, as they say. Those are the people like that just don't necessarily understand the damage that they're doing. So you got to literally, shake them out of it just so they can understand how detrimental uh, their actions are. But I mean, this is sad. So I mean, either people get it, or they're just gonna have to. You're just gonna have to look from the sidelines and just watch from afar. But it's really a terrible, terrible situation, you know. And the fact that you got some people back on Diddy defending him, playing the race card. Oh, which I think are bots anyway. But uh, it's just gives me a headache, Loki. It really does. Like I don't understand it from the life of it. I don't understand it. I don't understand how just because somebody has a lot of money or a lot of this, or a lot of that, that they could just like erase, you know, the evil doings of what they can do and what they're capable of doing. I never did understand that. But can't change everybody. I'll say that. Just gotta let them live their life. But yeah, man, just that's all I got as far as that. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all think karma's real? Y'all think it's just the uh, theory, philosophy? Do y'all think it's like a true mantra that y'all live by? Things like that. I know I need to start putting out some more stuff. I've been crazy busy. Like I just uh, came back from doing like 2 shoots. So I'm gonna try to get some more content and do more research, get some more info in as I possibly can. I'm trying not to give y'all all at once, but I'm also trying not to leave y'all with y'all scarce, as they say. Um, yeah, I mean, let me know. I might put a poll up if I was thinking about, I don't know, trying to put out some music or something. I don't know whether vocal or non-vocal. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas and I just want to get it out the best way I can. But let me know what y'all think. If y'all want me to talk about that, or just if y'all can just tap in what y'all want me to. I might just make a Q&A on the channel. See what y'all want me to discuss more. But just let me know what y'all think. But other than that, like, comment, subscribe. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Twitter. What else? Keep forgetting Apple, Castbox, Amazon. Probably said that already. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all uh, hit the ground running. You know, stay above water, and don't let nobody steal your path. But until then, I'm gone. Peace.